to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. Before I start the show, I just want to say thank you. Just loving this journey. I mean, we're into year 5 of a video blog that talks about wine for 10 to 30 minutes a day. I think it's a sensational accomplishment, and I know I get way too much of the credit. Obviously, Chris, you deserve a lot of credit. You've been chugging along now. For what episode did you take over at?
It was like 150-ish.
150-ish? It's a long, you've done about 700. Eric Kastner, got to give him a big shout out. He's at Etsy.com. You should check him out. Anyway, and more importantly, and this is the truth, as much as Mott deserves credit, and I'll take my fair share because I do pump him out, you guys are the only reason I do it, because if I get 0 comments, I would have stopped. And so your support, the tweets, thank you everybody who clicks up here with the love on Facebook and Twitter, and just the constant interaction, the community that's been built over at Cinderella Wine and the Wine Library forums. Huge party July 10th. I hope you can join us. And more details on that. I'm going to probably give details to that next week. I think it's time. People are starting to email asking about, have you seen some stuff, Mott? Are you getting stuff?
I've seen some stuff
in the forum.
Yeah.
Are they looking for more feedback? I've got it pretty much figured out, so I'll give you guys some feedback. But thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you, and you guys are the juice. I like that. The juice into why I do this. Now, we're going to nerd it up a little bit today. I think you're going to like this. We're going to do a Vin Jaune. People have been asking about a Vin Jaune for quite a while. This is from the Jura region in France. This is the Berthet Bonnet Chateau Chalon Jura, $96 US. Vin Jaune, which means yellow wine, which you will see why in a second. That's what it stands for, Vin Jaune. As you can see, you see that, Mom? It's from the Jura region in France. Similar in style to Sherry Fino, but it is not fortified. The stuff is matured in barrel under this thick yeast called Villot, and it is there for quite a long time. This is aged for 6 years under Sous Villot barrels. And what's really fascinating about these bottles is, as you can see from Jura, these wines, they come in 62. Mott, give it a little context here. 62 centiliter bottles. So not a 750 ml, a 62. Only because 62% of the wine is left after evaporation. So very, very interesting style wines. Will last 50 to 100 years. Mott, these are long-aged wines. People have been asking for us to do this for quite a while. And it's made from late harvest Sauvignon, but not like Sauvignon Blanc, Savagnion. So not Sauvignon Blanc, but late harvest Sauvignon, which is the predominant grape in Jura. And these are pretty serious wines. It has to be 100% Sauvignon by law. And this stuff is the yellow wine for a reason. Mott, we getting that? It gets very urine-like. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Let's get into this. Sniffy sniff. These wines get very interesting. Can you smell it already, Mott? Mott, smell this. So, again, very unusual bottles. These come in, very unusual wines, very sought after. It's the year 2000 on this.
That is different.
Different. These wines can be very complex. They're massively Nerd City, USA. They're very pricey, $100, $96. And you get that very sherry kind of nose that so many people, right? I mean, it smells
That's what it was.
I mean, that's exactly what it smells like. And you're getting a little peanut oil here, caramel, which is quite pretty. It's very aromatic. There's some auto body shop tire thing going on. But definitely predominantly caramel, maybe a little hay. Very intriguing nose. Definitely off-putting for a lot of palates. So you have to know what you're getting into. This is very much probably the most esoteric non-customer friendly wine I've done on the show, maybe ever. Let's give it a whirl. Come on, taste this. See what a young palate thinks of this.
The lemon's right up front.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of citrus.
But the mid-palate, I can't put my finger on it.
Were you not appalled by the wine?
I wouldn't go out of my way to drink it.
You kind of don't like it.
I don't care for it. No.
Yeah. So, think about this. $96. Mott was trying to be nice, but it's a very distinct flavor. There's high citrus in the front. He's absolutely right. Great job, Mott. Lemon. You're starting to get good at this, by the way. I've started noticing. Seriously, are you drinking wine at home at all?
No, but...
The wife is slipping you a glass?
No, but just a funny story was...
Uh-oh!
We went...
Come on. Come on, let's share. I won't even zoom in on you because we're going to share. You're telling a story, and I think this has to do with some wine stuff. This is going to get interesting, I think.
We went out to a restaurant, and she was looking at the wine list, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what to get. I don't know what to get." So I go, I pick it up. I go, "Get this," and she loved it.
What was it?
It was a cab, but it was
Something that was on the show?
Yeah.
You remembered something?
Yeah.
No way, seriously?
Yeah.
And she loved it?
And she loved
That's
it.
awesome. Good job, man. That's awesome. You want to stay? You
No,
cozy?
I'll go back.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's a long way up.
And, that's really cool. Anyway, high acid in the front, very austere, very dry, acidic, almost difficult to drink. Then it gets very creamy on the back end. I taste pretty much a mix of petrol, oil, and caramel. I mean, that's what, right? It literally tastes like gasoline. I mean, this is a very intriguing, different, and here's where it gets good. When it's out of your mouth. I'm not kidding. That sounds funny, like haha joke, zing you. I zinged you. I got you, Jura. No, the aftertaste is quite pleasant. When you kind of pucker, you get that subtle caramel that was so distinct on the back end, but where it was mixed with motor oil, in the wine, that flavor is gone on the back end. So a very interesting kind of wine, very, very different. For my nerd palate, and I like a lot of different things, I do struggle with this. I do have an interesting thing though. I had a Vin Jaune recently, and I had it with uni, sea urchin, and it was phenomenal. And it was literally one of the great pairings I've ever had. So, little FYI, I think that's kind of an interesting pairing for all you uni eaters out there. A Jura could do quite well. I'm going to score this wine 87 points. I just, at the end of the day, I just don't like it enough. And so that's just the way it is. That's difficult for me to score it that way because I know it's such a profound wine. This is one of the best producers, period. It's very good. It just doesn't do enough for my palate. I can't get there. Maybe I'm not cool enough, but that's just where my palate sings. And at $96, I think it's a grossly overpriced product for most palates, including mine. So I feel kind of like not up to the nerdum, and I feel like I'm letting myself down. But at the end of the day, that's what we do on this show. We call it like we see it, and I'm not fond of it. So I'm gonna give it a pass. And more importantly, I'm probably disappointed, a little somber right now. We gotta get pumped. It's a Friday. A little somber because I'm like, it's too bad because I'd love people to discover Vin Jaune, and I'd love people to check out the wines of Jura. And I think there's a lot of great wines to be made and to be consumed from the region. They just tend to be a little pricey and very, very, very challenging. It's like a challenging kid. You love them, but challenging. Question of the day. What are you going to drink this weekend? And it doesn't have to be wine. You, a little bit of me, changing the wine world.